What is one of your favorite songs?
My favorite song is, one of my favorite songs is Can't Stop This Feeling.
What is your favorite school subject?
My favorite school subjects are PE and music.
Why?
Because I love playing instruments and music, and I love to be in PE because we get to play all these fun games that our PE teacher makes up.
What is one of your personal heroes?
One of my personal heroes is probably my brother, because I remember he saved me. Well, I don't remember, but he saved me from falling down the stairs once, and he's always been there for me whenever I've needed him.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Actually, right now I want to be a vet, but probably whenever I get older, I'll probably change my mind because, like, my music teacher, she wanted to be a vet when she was about in high school. Then she wanted to be a lawyer, and then she's actually a music teacher today. She's actually my music teacher. She's also really fun, and she loves being with us, and she says we're one of her favorite classes, actually.
What do you think the future will be like?
I don't think the future will be like people's spaceships will be cars, and humans, animals will be robotic dogs and cats. Like, I know all that stuff is from cartoons and stuff, and I'm not saying we can't do anything that, like, in the future they can't do anything we do now, but it can be, I think it'll be just a little bit different. Like, they can have different kind of gadgets or anything.
Describe your mom.
My mom's really nice and fun, and she's always there when I need her as well, like my brother. And she always likes to play with me. She always wants to be there with me, and yeah.
Describe the day that you had your first child.
We were at home and I started having contractions, and we decided it was time to go to the hospital. We were there. We were there for almost 24 hours, but I was able to, I was able to get an epidural, which made things a little easier. Not as much pain as I had expected. Everything went pretty smooth. No major issues. He did get stuck on his way out, and I had to turn from my back to my side to my back. They tried different things to get him to change positions, and they wound up using forceps to pull him out, and he'd come out with a big cone head, but that all resolved.
Describe your mom.
She's very hardworking, loving, devoted. She's always worked a full-time job and taken care of my sister and myself, and she's always been a dedicated mom and wife.
Where were you on 9/11?
I was on my way to Western, to class at Western, when I heard about what had occurred on 9/11, and I was at Western.
What level of education did you receive?
I have 2 bachelor's degrees and an associate's degree from Western.
What do you think the future will be like?
I think everything will continue to become more computerized, and more impersonal unless we do something different as a society to change that.
What's the highest level of education you've received?
I completed the 12th grade. I graduated.
What is your earliest memory?
I guess my brothers and sisters playing when I was about 5 years old. That's the first I can remember, I think.
Describe the day you had your first child.
We was in Bowling Green at the hospital. I went down there, and at that time, the woman went back to the labor room. You spent several hours back there. The husband may get to come back and see you, but most of the time they didn't even want him back there at all until after the baby was born. So, I mean, it was no one else in the family back there other than you and the nurses and the doctors.
What do you think the future will be like?
Very technical. I really don't. I mean, I think everything's going to be fast paced. It's everybody is going to have to get a higher degree of education or some kind of training, but it's it's definitely going to be difficult.
Where were you when Kennedy was shot?
I was about 8 years old, 8, 9. We was down at my grandfather's house. We was stripping tobacco.
What were your feelings when you'd heard?
I don't remember that. I just remember being so sad. I thought more about their little kids and stuff. I think at that time, being left alone without a father.
Where were you on 9/11?
I was at work. I remember that time we had televisions in the break room and stuff, and I went up there on break, and it already happened, and they was talking about it on the news and stuff.
Describe your mom.
A very strong, caring, always there, never causes any commotion. She's just a solid person.
What was your favorite TV show growing up?
One of the most popular ones was The Waltons.
What was your favorite TV show growing up?
Andy Griffith. Or Beverly Hillbillies.
Can you describe the day that your first child was born?
July the 22nd, 1949.
How was it at the hospital? Or was it a hospital?
It wasn't no hospital. I was at home.
Can you describe that experience?
Dr. Ritchie from Park City, he came out and delivered her.
Thanks. What is your earliest memory?
About 4 or 5, we had a dog named Scotty, and we'd harness him up and put him to a sled and let him pull the sled.
Can you describe your mom?
Yeah, she was dark-headed and dark brown eyes and dark hair, and she light complected. And she took us to church every Sunday,
Yeah.
and we'd go visit her grandparents, and she was good to us. She'd get out and play with us. We'd have a picnic sometime.
What do you think about how technology is changed during your lifetime?
Oh, it's changed a bundle in my lifetime. We didn't have no phones when we was kids. It's really changed. But we did. We had a car when, in '37, we had our first car, Chevrolet, 2-door.
What do you think the future will be like?
Well, if it changes in the next 20 years like it has in this 20, well, I can't imagine what it'd be like.
Do you remember when John F. Kennedy was shot? Where you were? What you were feeling?
Yep, I was down at at Arnold's dad's out in the, well, it was a stripping room, tobacco stripping room, and we was in there stripping tobacco. And that's, I remember that. Yep, so, yeah.
Can you describe what you felt when 9/11 happened? It's a little bit more recent.
Well, it was sad. Yeah, it was devastating to see all the planes that went in there and killed all those people. So.
Thank you.